Hi, my name is Ashley McKinney, and today I'm going to be talking about our themed country of the semester, which is Turkey, or the Republic of Turkey. Did you know that Turkey is responsible for 80% of the world's hazelnut exports? Or that journalists are imprisoned more in Turkey than in any other country? When I think of Turkey, I think of burqas and people praying 5 times a day. But that probably goes in hand with them thinking that all Americans love NASCAR. To my surprise, Turkey is actually a huge, beautiful country full of history, and it's roughly around 1,000 miles east to west. So in better perspective, that's about 6 times the size of Europe put together. The population of Turkey is about 74,000 and rising. The reason why I say that it's rising is because Turkey's population was only around 40 million in the early 2000s. So for it to grow that much in such a short period of time, that really blows my mind. The official language of Turkey is Turkish, and Turkey was actually founded in October on the 29th in 1923. Early on in Turkey's history, the government decided to spend large amounts of money on improving fine arts, like putting money into sculptures and architecture. But Turkey is so diverse that it was really hard for them to mold and have everything come together. Turkey is actually full of minorities. There are over 80 minorities within Turkey, but primarily they are all the Albanians. The two main ethnic groups of Turkey are the Turks and the Kurds, but primarily it's the Turks. Turkish food is heavily influenced by all the neighbors that surround the country, like Asia, the Mediterranean, and the Middle Eastern. The food is also influenced by their Ottoman cuisines. A well-known dish that I happen to find on the top dishes of Turkey would be the manti. This dish consists of dumplings that include beef, lamb, along with onion and other spices to make it taste really good. For sports, the Turkish typically play and enjoy soccer, but what I didn't find so surprising was they like basketball and volleyball too, which is just cool because it shows that United States is common and has things that can go along with other people around the world. On the top 10 destinations of places to visit in the world, number 6 was actually Turkey, which blew my mind because, again, for me, Turkey is just not somewhere I'd consider traveling to. As I grew fond of it and looked at different resorts and saw more research, I found that Turkey has a lot to offer, and it's actually one of the most beautiful places that's around. In 2013, Turkey actually brought in $37 million from tourism alone, so that is ridiculously high, and that is awesome. Now I'm going to talk about more of the bordering countries of Turkey, which is Syria. Syria shares the longest shared border with Turkey, and from what I've heard and read, they do not get along very well and dispute over things like water, the parties that they follow, and they dispute over providences. Syria lives a very traditional lifestyle where family, religion, and education are everything to them. Some of the traditions are different from the U.S., like sword dancing, which is something that we do not do at all or ever see, or at least is something that I've never heard of and I'm not very familiar with. In Syria, they have huge groups of Muslims, and total about 87% of the people in Syria are Muslims. But Syria also shares similar tastes in food as Turkey does, and they also, once again, like the same sports, but it's pretty common that soccer is one of the most common world sports played around. For one of the subcultures in Syria, I will be talking about the ISIS, which stands for Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, which, as we know, there's been a lot of outbursts with them going on in different countries right now. The ISIS pretty much feels like they run stuff over there and they have the rule over anything, along with believing their ways are better than anyone else's and that they are doing it to get in higher power for their religion. The reason why I'm talking about this is because it's an ongoing problem now for the Turkish people, and I know that it's not really a culture placed in Turkey, but it is something that is being placed in Turkey right now, and it's something that's been causing many problems for the Turkish people because there's a huge group of them and they're just expanding more and more each day. From what I've read from CNN, that's recently Turkmen and different Turkish officials have been killed by the ISIS, and they have just been recently placed on consulate in Turkey. So this is just an ongoing problem which seems to be something that is growing and something that will remain to be a threat for a long time. Not just to the Turkish people, but as I said again, to other countries surrounding them, and as they expand more, it could be a possible threat to us. And obviously, by the name of it, it says Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, which means that it is not primarily in Turkey, but that means that Iraq is here and Syria is here, which puts Turkey right in between the two. So it obviously is going to be a problem. I also found it very interesting that the things that they have been doing over there to minimize the damage being done, but since they do so, it's so radical and it's going to be very hard for them to put a stop to it. But that is all I have to say for today over the information of Turkey and Syria and ISIS. So thank you very much for your time and listening. I hope you guys all enjoyed and you have a great day.